Python Basics series. Today we'll be talking about tuples. A tuple is similar to a list in the sense that it stores multiple items, but it differs from a list because it's immutable, and instead of using brackets, it uses parentheses. However, a tuple is ordered just like a list, and you can index it the same way. So let's create our first tuple. We'll make this tuple using parentheses, and we'll just put 1 through 5 in it, but we'll use the string representation of them. So we'll do 4 and then 5. And then on the next line, we'll just print first tuple. You can see it prints 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just like how you can index a list, and remember the first index in Python is always 0. So just how you can index a list, you can also index a tuple with the same way. And it uses the same brackets when you're indexing also. So if you print index 1, that gives you the second element in the tuple, which is 2. And just like with the list, you can also do a range of indices. So we can do index 1 through index 3. So remember, this last element isn't included, so this will give you index 1 and 2, which would be the values 2 and 3. And you can also do negative indices. So if you want to get the last element, you can do negative 1. And another thing you can do is use negative ranges. So this negative 4 to negative 1, this is saying we'll start at the fourth to last element, which is 2, and we're going to go until the last element, which is 5. But remember, this one is always excluded, which is why it prints 2, 3, 4. So let's create our second tuple, but we're going to create this one in a slightly different way. When you're creating a tuple, you don't actually need those parentheses. So if I want to make this 6, 7, and 8, I can just type the values separated by a comma, and then let's print our second tuple. And it prints 6, 7, and 8. Now, if you want to combine tuples, it's very easy to do in Python. So we'll combine them into a variable called large tuple. And we'll just do first tuple plus second tuple, and then we'll print large tuple. You can see it simply concatenates these tuples into one big larger tuple. So the next thing I want to show you are how you can find out the size of a tuple. And just like with the list, you can use the len, which is short for length, and pass in your tuple, and it tells you the length of your tuple. In this case is 8. Now let's say you want to count the number of occurrences that a particular value has in your tuple. Well, you can do that by using the count function. And let's count to see how many times 3 appears in our tuple. And you can see 3 appears 1 time. Now, the next thing I want to show you is the index of the item. And you can do that using the index function. So we can do last tuple.index and then pass in the value we're searching for. And it tells you the index of this value 3 is 2. So that's just a quick introduction into tuples. I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, please like and subscribe if you're watching this on YouTube. And feel free to visit pyathlon.com. We have a lot of great content there and more content coming out constantly. So thank you, and see you in the next video.